It's the Andrew and Troy Show as we dive into the latest in LGBTI news as we chat to the editor of Star Observer, Elias Jahshan. Elias, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing well for our Friday fun one. Now let's get straight into it. The breaking news. This month's Star Observer is out on the streets.
Yeah. It's just hit the streets yesterday, and got the incomparable Brendan McLean on the cover. So I can't miss it. It's bright yellow oranges and yellow curtains. And,
yes, it's very bright.
Yeah. Quite camp as well. So I'm not apologising for that. So
no,
it's fantastic.
It is a gay mag after all. So I think it can be a little bit camp at points.
Yeah. And it's a great addition, if I may say so. Got a few stories in there. One looking at Michael Kirby. We all know Michael Kirby shared his coming out story, and we look at why there are so many exhibitions and photographic books that focus on the nude male body, and why gay men seem to be fascinated by it. We also profiled Seymour Hardy as our community hero. She's a long-time photographer and documenter of the LGBTI community in Sydney.
Yeah, in fact, from memory, she is the photographer who took the first ever cover photo for Star Observer magazine back in 1979.
Yep. No, 1979. Yeah, 36 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And also, there's a profile with Michael Abid, the openly gay managing director of SBS, and also look at interview a queer author in the lead up to the Melbourne Writers Festival, and a few other things, bits and pieces here and there as well. So everyone should go out and read it. I'm looking forward to hearing everyone's feedback, both good and bad.
Of course. Now let's move on to the hot topic that has been the hot topic for the last couple of months, or years, and will continue to be the hot topic up until the next election, which is, of course, the latest in marriage equality. Yes.
There's more developments this week. On Monday, Liberal backbencher Warren Entsch introduced his bill, and he was flanked with support from Labor, Liberal and crossbench MPs. That bill will be debated again in federal parliament on September the 7th. But there's a very good chance that it won't succeed at all, considering the position that the coalition has on it and the majority control of the lower house. And also on Wednesday, in the Senate, the crossbench senators such as the Greens and Jackie Lambie and David Leonheim, Liberal Democrat, and several other senators who don't belong to any of the major parties, they introduced a bill outlining the requirements of what they expect to see should a plebiscite happen. And their main requirements was that the question is framed by Parliament. It's not framed by the coalition or Tony Abbott or his main supporters. The question should be framed by Parliament, and that the plebiscite happens at the next election, not after the next election.
Oh, wow. That's
the exact same thing what AME has been calling for as well.
Yeah.
And, I don't know when that bill is going to be debated again next, but it's been introduced in Parliament, and as far as I'm concerned, Tony Abbott hasn't decided between a plebiscite nor a referendum yet. They're still talking about public vote, inverted commas, which could be either. Not
that this show gets sent to Canberra or anything, or I'm sure the government isn't tapping into this program to find out what we say here about politics. But if they are, just get it over and done with. There are far bigger issues about this country than same-sex marriage. For goodness sakes.
Yeah, it's always entertaining to hear some politicians say that there are more important issues, marriage equality is not a priority and stuff. It's not a priority. Just get it over and done with. It's only like about 6 words in the Marriage Act, really, that they need to amend.
That's
no more than that.
Like, this is the biggest, and excuse the pun, pain in the ass for the government. Look, they can
exactly. Yeah.
You know, just
if they get it out of the way, then it'll be a win for the government. It'll just go in their favour.
Look, I've been saying that for ages. If this government just accepted it and passed gay marriage, imagine the swing vote. Possibly in both ways, but you'd possibly. But if they, this is, you know, and I know I'm going to get attacked for this one, but if they just legalised gay marriage, there are a whole heap of people out there in the community who are going to vote Labor purely because they will do something about gay marriage. If they want to take that percentage of people who will only vote Labor just because of gay marriage and possibly put forward some decent policy in the next election, they have a chance of winning these people back. And, you know, they're not at the point in the polls where they can really pick and choose with what they do. Well, actually, they are at a point where they can pick and choose what they do, and they should be picking the right things to do.
Yeah. Look, I don't know in terms of voting patterns and how much this would affect Liberals' popularity or the coalition's popularity.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it is becoming a bigger issue than it should be.
Yeah.
And it's not, and, you know, it's largely a symbolic amendment in the Marriage Act.
Yeah.
If they just get it over and done with. But now this symbolism of making it legal has gone beyond the symbolism. It's all just people have started to talk about, you know, if we do a plebiscite, if we do start putting a public vote, you know, it's going to give all these homophobes the biggest megaphone ever to air their toxic views, and imagine the effect that could have on LGBTI youth who are struggling with their identities and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is that, but they are allowed to, they are entitled to their opinion. It's
they're allowed to have their views, but
it's,
you know,
detrimental to young children.
There's a difference between having a view and being. There's a difference between having a view that's not based on fact, rather than presenting a view that's based on fact. So a lot of these people in the anti-marriage equality camps are presenting views against marriage equality, and none of it is factual.
Yeah.
They're just making things up. It's all based on religious or extreme religious or paranoia reasons.
That's why the gay community, and especially some of these organisations who are fighting for gay marriage, need to stop crying and protesting about things, and actually just sit down and just have just fact check. Just fact check. Just prove them wrong. Just continually do that instead of crying and screaming, you know, I hate Tony Abbott and I hate anyone who hates gay marriage and all that sort of stuff. It's not good for our cause.
Well, no, you're right, but you know, but sometimes that's in a sense that, you know, these people are telling us that it's not good for our cause when for centuries and centuries non-gay people have been subjecting us to homophobic and discrimination acts anyway. So it works both ways. It's not just, you know, the people who are screaming all these really hateful comments about how much they hate people who don't support marriage equality, is really extreme things. They're a minority in our community.
But they're the loudest in our community,
and it's the same sort of thing with people same sort of thing people who oppose marriage equality. Those ones who are just perpetrating paranoia and extreme religious claptrap and stuff. They're a minority in that anti-marriage equality camp. But I still haven't seen anyone from the opposition of marriage equality come forward with any coherent factual information to prove why marriage equality shouldn't happen. I still have not seen any scientific proven arguments from that side yet. So I'm all for both sides of the argument having their say, but what's the point of giving homophobia that's not based on any facts? What's the point of giving paranoid people who just revert to religious extremism? What's the point of giving them a megaphone to air their toxic views when it's not going to help the cause at all?
Couldn't agree more.
Delay it even further.
Couldn't agree more.
We've had this debate for 11 years, and for people to say that the other side have not had their say is quite ridiculous, because it's been marriage between man and woman since the Marriage Act was introduced in the 60s.
Yeah.
So they've had their say for over 40 years, essentially.
Oh, of course.
So, you know, it's very, very easy to get caught up in the argument of how people, wish we need to give both sides their say. And I totally agree. We do live in a democracy. I do not believe in censoring anybody. But if there is a line, when it comes to presenting views, it needs to be based on fact. And you can't keep reverting to religion as a way to just justify your bigotry and discrimination.
We just need some more intelligent media people. And finally, because we're so out of time, Elias, but a really quick one. Get Up. They've gotten into a little bit of trouble this week.
The what, sorry?
Get Up. The organisation Get Up.
Oh, yeah, Get Up. Oh, yeah, Get Up. Oh, Get Up certainly got up in the media this week.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, they sent a mail... They had a mail-out campaign earlier in the week or last week, I'm not sure, where they sent out express post envelopes with glitter inside them, and to all the MPs who blocked the free vote, the notion of a free vote in the coalition, and every single MP except for one took it on board, thought it was just didn't even bat an eye and whatnot. Only one MP returned it to Get Up, whereas another MP grabbed headlines because somebody in the MP's office thought it was some sort of suspicious powder, and they called several fireys and police and AMBOs came to the scene and caused a bit of a ruckus in Burwood in inner West Sydney, and shut down the streets and basically essentially wasted our emergency services resources all over an envelope full of glitter.
That is freaking hilarious. Although I've said it before and I'll say it again, they should have sent a glittered mail instead of glitter in the mail.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about that.
And with that, Elias, thank you so much for joining us here today on the Andrew and Troy Show. Of course, the magazine, the September issue of Star Observer, is out now on the street. You can find out a place where you can pick it up from, starobserver.com.au/distribution. Elias, thank you so much, and we'll chat to you next week.
Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it.